It is what it takes to do a podcast. This is episode 3, and we have Adren in the studio. We're gonna have him introduce himself. What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Media Space Podcast. A podcast brought to you in part by Media Space Inc. and Bohlokoa FM 104.0 megahertz. And if you want to listen live next time into the podcast, go to www.bohlokoa FM 104.0 megahertz or www.bohlokoa FM 104.0 megahertz. Jesus Christ, I'm getting everything wrong with this. But but if you want to listen to the podcast live, go to www.bohlokoafm.co.ls and go ahead and subscribe to everything. Subscribe if you're watching on YouTube, and follow us if you're listening on YouTube. And we are really excited to have you. And my name is Mr. Mashubani. Go ahead and follow me everywhere on the internet, really. I need that. So go ahead and follow me. I'm waiting for you. Go ahead and follow me. Yeah. We have Adren in the studio and Mr. BK. I told you we're gonna have him again. And if you have, if we have any brand and on the podcast, and you can see we have this and we have that, and yeah. We're not endorsing.
Yeah,
we're not endorsing any brand until they pay us to do that. So if this brand is watching, and this brand is watching, and that brand is watching, go ahead and endorse us, and we will not blur out your brand. Yes, Mr. BK.
My brother.
Yeah.
Was good.
I'm black and highly favored. I had Charlemagne say that. I'm black and highly favored. What's up?
For sure.
Yeah. I'm glad to be here today. I was really looking forward to it. Last week I wasn't. So, almost cried.
By the way, we have a podcast every Saturday.
Yeah.
From 1600 hours, Central African time, to 1800 hours.
All right.
Yeah.
Adren in the studio.
Adren in the studio.
It was good.
I'm to be honest, we have Mr. Adren in the studio. Actually, everyone we have in the studio, I'm a big fan of. So,
hey, shout out to you, man.
That's out of the way. Let me selfishly, without Mr. BK,
take your flowers, man.
Yeah. Let me have Mr. Adren introduce himself before we start the podcast. Who is Adren? What does Adren do beyond the fact that he does brand affiliation work?
Yeah.
Who is Mr. Adren, and what does he do?
Yeah, Adren is the best, the highly favored, cannot rest, a being that's sent here by Yahweh to impact, uplift, bring a colorful and vibrant energy to the masses, and raise the conscience through my natural being, and raising all our perspectives in the way that we look at the world and everything that we do. Through Yeshua's grace, we're amazing. I am amazing. I'm the best.
Okay, because this is a professional.
Yeah.
We do profession work. We do career work. We do technology, artificial intelligence, etc. What is the professional work that you do?
I'm a musician, a brand model, a promoter, an uplifter, all in all, an amazing, impactful, revolutionary,
and highly favored.
Once in a generation talent, being. Yeah.
What do you advocate for?
Me? Yahweh. Music.
That's really
for sure. Yeah. I do not live for myself.
Awesome.
Yeah.
We have Mr. Adren in the studio, and let me have our music playing in the background. Yeah. Mr. Adren.
Yeah.
Tell me, you have mentioned that you do music.
Yeah.
What kind of music do you do, and why does anyone have to actually follow your work?
Oh yeah, I do impactful, uplifting, phenomenal, amazing music that gets you, as the listener, excited. You know, it's colorful. I don't know.
Colorful.
Yeah.
What do you mean, colorful music? Because from a layman's perspective, music doesn't have color. It's literally sound.
Yeah.
So what do you mean colorful music?
Colorful music, I mean vibrant, uplifting, one, and you're right, the different ways to get the soul to get to a certain frequency. Colorful is it all. It's a hertz, it's megahertz, that are able to like get you to a point where of like ecstasy, excluding the likes. Because to explain it, it's more of like you have to feel it first, you know.
Okay.
You have to.
So we should actually play your music, but we
Yeah.
shouldn't play your music because Spotify is gonna take our podcast. But it's like literally gonna
Branding.
take the whole It's literally gonna take the
Oh
whole
my God.
whole episode down, and then we're like, well, we wanted the world to hear your podcast,
Okay.
but it can't. Okay, so tell me, who are you making music for? Like you mentioned that you do vibrant, uplifting music. And that's not vague at all.
At all.
Yeah, it's not vague at all.
You caught
so
that?
We do have multiple cameras in the studio. So tell us, who is Lushrink, and why should we listen to Lushrank's work? No.
Who's Adrian? Who's Adrian?
Jesus Christ.
This is why you have me in the studio.
What is up, everybody? This is the episode 3 when we have Adren in the studio. Let's have Mr. Adren introduce himself. We're literally starting over. Let's have Mr. Adren introduce himself. He does vibrant and uplifting music. So let's have, why should me, a layman at home, listen to Adren's work?
There's a spiritual essence to me. So I couldn't just say only listen to the music. You fall in love with me as a person, you feel, oh, yo, this guy, there's something about him. I cannot just put or quite pinpoint what it is, but there's something uplifting with his aura, with his energy. And I do not take all the due credit by myself, everybody. It's all Yeshua, Yahweh. Pray to God, guys.
Actually.
You know, So it's all that. And also with the music side, it's more of like everything we are created. Everything that you see, the camera, you, us, the mic in front of me is created. So giving homage to the source actually does show you that we are not all that powerful, and realizing that we are not that powerful and we still need help in everything, any endeavor that we do. It's more of like humility, and just like your parent, they know, okay, my child comes to me if they made a mistake, even if they haven't made a mistake, just to say, I'm glad and I'm grateful that you're my parent. I love you. It actually does raise the awareness and the hands-on help that they do into your life, because one, you opened your heart to show that you are actually a child.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's an amazing thing
Yeah,
to hear,
it's a
actually.
very beautiful description.
Because it's very rare to hear a very influential musician, by the way, to be advocating for God and advocating for God's work. So how does it? What's the environment like being a musician, a Christian musician, especially doing work that impacts the masses, really, and then being a Christian at the same time, and actually drawing Christian lines in the real world? What does it look like for you?
For me, it's beyond what I look at it with, because I do not just use my two eyes to look at everything that happens around me. I want all Yahweh guided. So getting to your question, it's more of like not letting anything affect me, because one of all, I'm protected. You know, don't play with me. Yeshua's grace. You know, it's more of like understanding that if you walk with God, there's a certain level. Even in the scripture, it says, "Touch not my anointed ones," you know, or my prophets. You know, meaning the environment where I'm at, I do not fear, because it's written, "Fear not as you walk through the valley of the shadow of death, for I will be with you." So it's more of like me opening up my heart to realize, oh, yo, whatever happens, I'm protected. It doesn't mean I'm ignorant. We should be as wise as serpents, but as gentle as doves.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what are you doing? What is Adren doing in the real world?
Real world.
Beyond music, are you signed to any record label internationally and locally in Lesotho, Southern Africa, or Really? What are you doing?
Currently, I'll be lying to you. I record music, I listen to music, but I haven't signed any deal. So, yeah.
So you are impactful on
Yeah.
independently?
Yeah, through Yeshua's grace. It's passion and the love of it. And God called me to be here for a reason. So, me dabbling in different things actually takes away from the actual energy that has to be input into what I have to do and get to do here.
Okay.
Yeah.
You mentioned God a lot.
Yeah.
You know, so I think BK can have a question around the
Mr.
lines.
BK.
Yeah. Yeah.
For sure.
But my question, you mentioned God a lot, and that's I'm very curious. What's your relationship with religion? One, and two, what's your relationship with God, a Christian God? What's your relationship with Him? And maybe we can take it from there. As a musician, a rapper, actually.
Okay. First of all, I'm his child, you know. And also me being his child, I have to get to a certain understanding of, as much as I go to him for everything, first of all, I'm his child. So, can you ask the question again, because that's the first
my
thing
question
that came to
was,
mind.
what's your relationship with God?
Yeah, I answered that one. The other one.
Jehovah, the Christian God.
Oh yeah. Oh
Yahweh.
Oh, my take
What's
on
your
religion.
relationship with Him? And as a rapper, yes, number one, what's your relationship with God? Number two, what's your relationship with God as a musician in the real world? Because
Okay.
I've realized
It's pretty clear.
you mention God a lot.
Okay, it's pretty
especially
clear.
these days, looking at your work.
Okay, first of all, not religiously, I do not look at it, but then in terms of identity, I believe in the resurrection of Christ, died for our sins, and left us everlasting life. Now I'm a more spiritual person through Yeshua's grace, you know. I do not just say, oh, I'm a Christian, so I have to live by this. It doesn't mean I'm lukewarm. Only God knows that, you know. I cannot just say, I'm here, and then God says, Ewan, I know where you are. So it's more of like taking accountability and still standing steadfast with what I believe in and who and what I believe in. So for me, spirituality, number one, even you, the listeners, spirituality, religion gets you, it's like the basics. And then it's like God says He wants your heart, even with your lovers, for all the lovers out there. Your women wants to know the real you, that person inside the heart first, because it takes to a certain level of love to realize, okay, yes, you can know the information, but the relationship in terms of depth, like Mr. Mashobani and Mr. BK, you guys cannot just show me your password in J. But it's a bank account.
I would never get
unless
out.
the relationship allows it. That's how God is, you know. You have to.
That's really
Go deep.
powerful.
Yeah,
actually. That's
yeah.
really powerful. Like, you cannot just out of the blue, hey man, what's your name? I'm Adren. Oh, Adren, let me give you my password, banking password. Let me say PayPal. You know, so that's really powerful.
Okay, let me just say a few words on
Yeah.
this. First of all, let me say this. Mr. Mashovan asked you a number of questions.
Yeah.
Very good questions for
Very
that
good
matter.
questions.
And for me, I've been listening specifically on how you're going to relate religion with God and spirituality.
Yeah.
There's different concepts,
Yeah.
right? Because God is a concept and He does exist.
Yeah, He does.
Of course, as a Christian, but
Yeah.
then it's also a concept for someone who doesn't specifically believe in a specific God.
Oh,
Because there
yeah.
are multiple gods, right?
Yeah.
But the concept itself, the way you're defining it, it sounds like someone who understands what they're talking about, someone who lives what they're talking about. Sounds like someone who's specifically connected with what they're talking about. And it's a good thing to hear a young person, especially in this particular generation. You know how we're living right now.
The TikTok is
Yeah. It's how do I say this? The dark side is more prevalent right now, more than it's ever been, which gives evidence to the good side, right? And seeing someone who's actually chosen a side and saying, you know what, I'm a rapper, majority of rappers will cast like this. Majority of rappers will talk about all the seven deadly
atrocious
sins.
things.
You know, yeah. It's always about murder. It's always about lust. It's always about greed. It's always you can name them.
I can only make it if I'm like, shoot the club up, etc.
You understand. So hearing like, it's very refreshing to hear someone else who's able to like articulately explain themselves in that manner. So that's very good. That's very good. I also liked another thing. I was raised a Jehovah's Witness, so the name Yahweh is quite new for me. You understand?
Okay.
Yes, it is.
What does that mean to you?
Yahweh is Jehovah. Yahweh is God. Yahweh is Jah. But it's the, is it the Sanskrit name?
Breath of life.
Yes.
Breath is the breath.
When you're breathing.
Yeah.
So like the way he's actually saying it, Yeshua, calling Jesus in his actual name.
You have a radio voice. What's up, everybody? It's the Media Space Podcast. We have a radio voice online. Get on.
So, when I'm ending everything, I definitely have a question that I would like to ask. So right now you're independent as an artist, right? Okay. So you're putting out music out and everything, we're listening to you, right? But do you ever take, say, like we're doing a podcast right now, speaking to the people and everything, with the platform that you have, do you ever teach, or you specifically just drop it into your art?
Who do you look up to, and who inspires you, and who manages your work? Please don't mention me.
Okay, the first of all, it's Yahweh and Yeshua, you know, to get like this proper spiritual foundation. And then I have a few people that inspire me, that I listen to like every day. Like, every day.
Okay.
That's very interesting. Okay.
Every day.
It's very rare for a superstar of your level to actually mention that, look, I didn't make myself.
Yeah, for sure.
So do tell.
Yeah, I have a lot of people that invested their energy and belief in me. But most of all, I listen to a lot of my music, and then I listen to a lot of people. I don't know if it's cool to mention them.
Well, you can go ahead and mention them, really.
Okay, I listen. My grandma's gonna be like, "Yeah, nigga, you'll never leave him." Okay, I listen to Blackie.
Blackie is a rapper from South Africa. I listen to his work. I'm like,
yeah. And the funny thing is, I was with Lou when I first met him, and we were like, he's a very dope
who is Lou?
Artist from the L. They were actually rooting for me to meet up with him, and then shout out to Uncle Don's. It was my first time getting like a VIP treatment. People being put aside, and they say, "You guys." It's like, what?
Meeting Lou Schwenk made you feel like, yeah, I'm that guy now.
And they're like, yeah. After they pumped me like, yo, go meet up with him. I meet up with Dons, and then we have to like submit the drawing to Blackie and his team and all of that. Okay, first things go. People get pushed aside. Oof. We go into the VIP with him. We talk to the manager. And I was like, shout out, this happened. Okay, that was the first time. The second time, I actually got to talk to him, and he said he will follow me back. And I didn't ask for him to do that. Disclaimer, I didn't ask him to follow me back. The energy. And then he did, and we took pictures. And then what I said...
Did you put him out on the internet?
Nah, he didn't follow me back. Okay, but what that taught me was that he wanted me to work towards it to get that. Because every time he checks my stuff out. Anyway. Shout out to Anati for even posting me.
Wait. This is news to me. Wait, what?
Yeah, Anati, bro.
Wait.
Yeah, that means there's an impact right there. Yeah.
He's a big brand. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Media Space. We have a Nati endorsed artist in the studio. Yeah.
Got the proper cosign.
That's what's up.
Even on IG, you can check out like one of my other posts. He actually commented. You're amazing.
That's amazing. People, big names. Pardon me for interruption right there. Big names don't understand how far it goes. Just commenting on our work, liking our work, and actually endorsing, or not necessarily I endorse this, signing on a contract, but just endorsing someone's work goes a long way, really. We have amazing brands, either in Lesotho, Africa, on the globe, really. if Drake literally just likes your work right now, you feel like you're doing great because he's that guy now, you know. So shout out to the artists that do endorse small brands, really.
Yeah.
And tell me about how it happened for Anati to endorse your brand, really.
Oh yeah, Anati, for me, I'm gonna give you guys advice, you know. One secret you could use to actually keep going in life and not overthink everything.
Okay.
Live in the here and now.
Okay.
The future is the future, it's already going to come. The past is the past, and it's already there. But it's all in your imagination. All you have is here and now. So, okay, what does that mean? It means you're in tune with everything going around you right now. So, what are you going to do? Okay, what is this guy saying, being in tune? What I'm saying is, everything that comes to you, God brought it for a reason. So, resonate with the energy, be discernful on how to interact with each and every other energy that you come contact with. But mostly, know that it's either the last time you see that person or that spirit, or the last lesson that's going to get you to a different level, or raise your conscience on how to look at life in general. Okay, get into the question. Oh yeah, Anati, it was more of like this song I used to love. It was more of like a snippet, you know?
Okay, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Everything that I said.
So you endorsed him first?
Yeah, I did. But no, man, the first time was like, it was at a show. He was doing like the Ieza show vibes season what party at Mantabise. After he performed, in Lesotho, I passed like the gates. I ran. I went to the guy. Yo, Nati, can I? Yeah, can I? And he was super cool. I still have the picture. I was so young. I was like 17, 16 at the time.
Yeah.
17,
16. Yeah. I'm telling you, that guy was super cool with me.
Awesome, man.
We took the picture. Yeah, I cherished that. I was like, yo, I'm Nati. Anyway. Fast forward, I got a name for myself, getting there through Yeshua's grace, and I'm already there. Fuck. F. We
beep it out again.
F.
Thanks to Lungile Matutwani
through Yeshua's grace. Yeah. And also, Mr. Mashabani, come on. BK.
Don't worry about it.
Oh yeah. And then we did that. It was amazing because me talking about these other names is to answer your question, you know. These people, they are not illiterate. They actually are aware, because God wouldn't have put any one of us, even in here, in the positions that we are right now for no reason. Meaning there's an important reason why we are here in this current moment. Everything is happening. So when somebody resonates with your frequency, there's a reason for that.
That's interesting.
No coincidences.
There's no coincidences.
It's God's will.
God's will, for real. So gratitude goes a long way.
Okay.
In Sutu, we say Teboho.
What does it mean for you to actually get into the music industry and still keep your faith as a musician?
I was tested a lot of times. For me, it was very different.
Be specific on the test.
I'm getting into that one.
Okay.
There was a time, is it in 2021? I was like, my success was imminent. I was like doing a lot of things for my age that a lot of people, even in the music industry,
there's a lot of things. There's a lot of questions I have for you, by the way. Pardon my interruption.
Sure. They were not even able to get to get there, because I signed like my first Billboard deal. I was like 17. Oof. For sure. Like, shout out to Yeshua, shout out to Chlorny, Aura. And
what do you mean by Yeshua?
Yeshua is
the real. Be specific. God
is the real name of Jesus Christ.
Is it me, or is it who are you talking about?
It's the real name of Jesus Christ.
Okay,
you know?
Awesome. I wanted the world to hear that.
For sure. So yeah, and then that happened, and then I was getting a lot of like spiritual challenges, if I could put it like that, not to get anything deep.
The devil was testing you.
Yeah, on a deeper level than just saying devil, because getting that much success early, people, even we fight not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and rulers of darkness, which is in high spiritual places. So what that means is that I got my first share. I went to the military.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Wait, you were in the military or you went to the military?
I was.
You were in the military.
Yeah, I was
What?
You actually completed your course. Or...
Adren.
like, I
Adren.
did. I got a certificate for that.
What? No way.
That's
Shut up.
good.
Yeah.
No.
That's very good.
No way. No freaking way.
It really changed me.
No.
It really changed me.
What?
Yeah.
The military.
Yeah, bro. It really changed me.
No way. Tell me about that.
Hey,
what
bro.
was it like?
They
Being in the
connected
military,
me.
the discipline, the work that you did. Get out. No way.
It even contributes to the person that I am right now.
So you are a rapper who went into the military.
Yeah.
So you don't just rap about what you say you do. You actually...
Yeah, bro. Come on.
When
No
was
right
it
cap.
when you
And
when
then
you
you
went
actually
for
are a
the
Christian.
yeah when was it when you went for the training and
2022.
how long does it take?
It was so. Hey, can I not disclose that one because
It's classified.
Eish. But
Yeah.
then it was very. At first, when they came and collected me, it was a very good experience. You guys are wow. My little sister crying is, yeah.
I'm a rapper. I was in the military.
Yeah.
And I believe in God.
That's
That's you.
a soldier right there. That's legit a
For
soldier,
sure.
like a true soldier.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So, what's your advice to anyone who just wants to get into the music industry, really in Southern Africa and Africa in general prospect, really?
I would say to them, first of all,
As a military person,
Yeah.
musician, etc.
first of all, pray to God. Before everything, put God first. That's what Denzel said. Put God first.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Shout out, Mr. BK. And then take.
endorsing each other on the podcast.
Oh my God. Take a 7-day trial of having a specific prayer point. I'm giving out gems here, Ilona.
Listen,
So listen.
listen to this.
Take a
Go
7-day
ahead.
prayer point, and then after that, be silent, but then don't never go back to that prayer point again, because it's written, if we pray, believe that everything that we're praying about has already been answered. So even God said, Yahweh said, do not repeat your prayers like the Philistines, for they think that I hear them. So that's why we put in that 7 days, and then forget it, then go back to your general prayer. And then after that, be silent, but keep on being, because it's written, keep on praying, be steadfast, and never cease praying. Always, guys. So after that, get knowledge, because faith without works is dead.
It's
Yeah,
dead.
it's
Yeah,
dead. Yeah, it's dead. So
That's really, 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 really interesting. I'm a Christian. You're welcome. I'm a Christian man. Mr.
Yeah.
BK is a Christian man, and so far, we as Christians, we are really convicted to understand. No, I'm not speaking for him,
yeah,
but I'm really interested into why are you so convicted into your faith in God?
I died. Literally.
Okay.
Literally, I died to self. I died literally. I've been through the most, man. God wouldn't put me here for no reason, you know. It makes me emotional to even think about it, you know. First of all, what I'm saying, hold on.
It's okay, man. This is a safe
Yeah.
space, really.
It is, you know. I had to die, man.
You have to die to
To-
yourself,
to-
as the Bible says.
to the
you have to
last-
die to yourself.
It's deeper than that, you know, because even when Jesus gave us the word, when the word became flesh, he would give it in parables.
Okay.
He would give it in parables. Like seeing what you thought was valuable more than anything in the world. Because everything in this world goes by season and chance.
Okay.
We're actually talking about it like earlier, but this is more of like bringing it into like scripture, because the word of God says the stars may go, the sun may burn out, but the word will always remain true.
So let me ask you this question,
Yeah.
because this is as an evolution of the question.
Yeah.
I'm told to raise my chair.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm taller now.
Oh
But
my
being
God.
back to my question. My question would be: you are a rapper, which is in it itself a very controversial and divergent industry in it itself.
And can I say something?
Okay.
You said the word controversy.
Okay.
When I said I'm the best, the highly favored, cannot rest. When we remember in the Bible,
Best, highly favorite,
cannot rest.
best.
Yeah.
Cannot. Okay.
Yeah, the best, the highly
Constantly
favored cannot
working.
rest. when Gabriel came to Mary, the first thing that the angel said was, "You are highly favored among women." And get you guys to like look at what followed after that. Controversy. People like imagine someone coming to ask you, "So tell us, how did you get that baby?" Yo, like
No.
So an angel
that
came
poor,
to me.
that poor lady had to leave and relocate. A lot of things. That's when you know it's God that
When
actually
it
called
doesn't
you.
make sense.
It doesn't make sense. A lot of things are trying to go against you. Even you as a being, you're like, yo, God, am I even? Let's even
What are we talking about here?
like for real. Even Jesus, our Jesus, Yeshua, he actually tried to negotiate to his destiny. He didn't understand. Yo, God, I know I'm dying, but do I have to die? It's clearly recorded in the Bible. Meaning, we are human. There's always that point where we get to.
We enjoy life.
Controversy can be like try to give you to get to a point of backsliding, but that's what I'm saying. Cannot rest. Be steadfast in what you want. Nobody likes a quitter. I do not love a quitter.
So you don't quit it at all.
Through Yeshua's grace, not by my power.
Hypothetically, not by might, not
Yeah,
by power, by the Spirit of the Lord.
Yeah.
No. Let me hypothetically though. Say you put out music.
Mm-hmm.
It gets 0 views for the next 6 weeks. How do you motivate yourself?
Me, your
Because I'm asking you this question because I'm like, for anyone who's getting into the music industry, doesn't know anything. I love rapping, I love music. I just want to get into the music industry, and then I put out music because I obviously gotta pay the bills.
Mm-hmm.
And then I ask Mr. Adren, what do I do when I put out music and it doesn't get any traction at all for the next 6 weeks? How do you motivate yourself, God, religiously? How do you motivate yourself personally? And then how do you drive yourself, and what drives you?
First of all, I'm going to ask him the same question because even God gave us the levers to test every spirit. You know? Don't ever feel like when you're testing somebody, they're actually, why are you actually doing this? I'll ask them that. Mm-hmm. What's your core inspiration? Do you do it because you love it or because you want to be...
I shouldn't let it feel like I did that, but rather God.
Yeah, because first of all, how did you get it?
One would say I worked hard for this. One would say I did everything right. Look,
if it's hard work, then a taxi driver and our teachers should be millionaires.
But one would say I'm a Christian.
Yeah.
He's a Christian. We are a Christian-driven company as Mediaspace Inc. One would say easily, look, I did everything right. I published all the reels. I published all the advertising material. I did all the billboards. I made sure people know about the Mediaspace podcast. Mm-hmm. The fact that it's doing well, it's up to me because I did all the work. I made sure that it works. What would you say to that?
You said I a lot.
I. Yeah, I'm trying to put it into perspective.
Yeah,
I did this.
That's the answer.
That's
the answer. I a lot.
Okay.
First of all, if as Christians, if we are actually going to like proper protocol of worshiping our Lord properly, a lot of Christians shouldn't be quote unquote lacking in certain departments, whether it's financially, if actually we're doing each and everything that is supposed to be done. Mm-hmm. Okay, see. So what I'm saying is there's a different dynamic what I would tell that person is, first of all, I said it earlier, go back into the spirit. I feel like everybody deserves a retreat, because me being in the military is a form of retreat where you go back.
Okay.
Into self.
This is still surreal, by the way. A Christian rapper in the military. BK, what do you think?
I'm forming a lot of ideas in the mind right now.
Voice them out, man.
I think there's a question that he just asked right now about what happens when you receive all those things that you're constantly praying for and you're working for, and now here you are receiving all of them and you're not necessarily a Christian, right? We live in a world of cause and effect. What we call yes, we're definitely spiritual beings, but then we live within. They call it a matrix. Right. All those big people call it a matrix. They call it a matrix because even if you don't necessarily believe in God, because we live in a world of cause and effect, it's the third law of motion. Right?
Yeah, for sure.
Whatever it is that you're going to do, you're going to get a result. If you're going to put media space out there and post it, there are going to be 2 people who are going to see it. If there's like 2 people who liked, there's a possibility that 3 people saw.
Yeah.
Right? That means there are people who are going to listen. So, even if you don't necessarily pray or you don't necessarily talk to God or all that, we live in a world of cause and effect. But what's special about following God, and I'm getting this from you, following God, is that it even when you're not even trying, because you had been there, there's like a charge directly from Him that actually keeps everything following. Is that what you say?
In motion,
Well, basically, you cannot fall because He's there keeping everything in order, even when you're falling apart. Especially in those moments when you are falling apart. So that's what it's coming up right now.
Okay, I have a question for both of you. Yes, I'm a Christian. I'm a born-again Christian, by the way. What's up? If you like me, you like me. If you don't, welcome to the club. Okay, so as a Christian, my question would be, let's say I wasn't. You seem so convicted about being a Christian in rap. How I want to understand, how do you navigate being a Christian, being into the military? They do atrocious things because, well, they are in the military. David did atrocious things, so I'm not judging anyone. But what does that look like for you as a Christian in the military and a rapper? Because it's very rare. I'm a rapper and I'm in the military. What does that look like?
Should I give you like the basis of how it was?
Go ahead, man. I'm
they already knew that I do music, you know. Even when they were like, when the captain, I cannot say his name on air.
Don't throw it out.
Yeah. He would say, "Who wants to be a pastor today?" And no one, or even like carry out like anything that's spiritual. Nobody would put their hands up, you know. And then one day I did. A funny thing, a lot happened that day. Because when you put yourself out there spiritually, 1, when you're not ready to be tested, 2, when you're not protected, a lot was going to happen, trust, because... And then I did carry out that day, started preaching, a lot of people, like, the Spirit got to them, because there's a point where you make the decision and then the Spirit takes charge going forward.
Okay, so it's no longer you, but it's God. I love the fact that this has turned into a godly episode, not professional.
Yeah, for sure.
Because either way, you still have to navigate your spiritual life in your professional life.
Yeah.
So it's still relevant for you to actually be a Christian who is navigating the professional life.
Yeah.
So tell me, Mr. Pardon me for confusing you.
Yeah.
You know the reasons why I'm confusing you.
Get it right.
Okay, I'm getting bullied right now. I don't feel comfortable. By the way, Mr. Adren, tell me, as a rapper, I feel like I've been asking you the question. This is the second time because it's really new to me.
Yeah.
You are a rapper a Christian and you were in the military. Jesus Christ. What does that look like? How does it feel? Do people treat you differently when you're in the military? And what does that look like? How do you navigate your professional career as a Christian?
First of all, in Soto we say, Hakat Isamel, it means...
Pardon me, the international audience.
Yeah. I'm not too uptight in Soto, that's what it means. Okay. I'm not too uptight, but then it doesn't mean I'm ignorant. It's the second time I say it, right? Yeah. Jesus. Oh my God.
This has happened so many times when I've been paying attention. I was like, there are those undertones.
I'm not laughing. Jesus Christ.
Sure, was king.
Yeah, you were saying.
Sure.
You were saying.
I almost forgot. I was lost in the moment. Yeah. You said, how do I navigate, right?
How do you navigate being a professional in the music industry and being a Christian and at the same time being in the military?
Because I understand it comes with a certain understanding, because Yeshua already knew his prophetic
Yeshua?
Jesus, his prophetic calling,
Jesus,
but he was
Yeshua.
not slacking. He was a carpenter's son, so he was not like, hey, I know I'm God's son, so I'm not going to do anything. I'm waiting for everything to come to me. No, you gotta do as much as everybody you look up to. You cannot tell me that, can I say, Bill Gates, who doesn't have any spiritual uplifting source. Like everything, I can even the bank has a World Bank where they could borrow money to fund that mini franchise. A bank is not a franchise, man. I'm just making the most random example ever to show everything needs a source to charge. You were talking about charging, Mr. BK. And then it would show you different aspects, because basics is what you already have. Okay, I'm gonna say this. Every light that's in here, it's either it comes from a generator, but this light on itself does not know. We can dim it, we can make it bright. Okay. What this means is the capability is always within.
You're speaking in riddles,
the light.
man.
Yeah, the light, the diversity to touch each and every other duality and aspect of what's already capable in that particular individual, particular instrument, goes with understanding that you can go diverse in its capabilities that are already within. Meaning, somebody can hold a gun not knowing it's a gun, but a gun does what a gun does.
Doesn't matter whether you know it or
whether you know it.
Yeah.
The fact that you know gives you leverage, and it gives you a lot of leverage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like what you just said right there, because what he's saying is basically it's when you as an entrepreneur, where you are right now has always been reflected by your past. There are definitely things in your past that you did that show that. If you're going to describe Mr. Mashuban, for example, right now, he's an entrepreneur, right? He's a young entrepreneur. There are a lot of things I'm definitely sure that reflect in your past, that you're an entrepreneur way before you realized that you're an entrepreneur. That is a gun being a gun. Without knowing that it's a gun.
Yeah.
Right? So,
hey, shut up.
Actually,
you got it.
You actually, to prove your point right, there was a point in my life where I actually still do remember, and my parents would attest to this, if we were big enough. Well, we are, but they mentioned
big.
They mentioned that when they asked me, "What do you want to do when you grow up, man?" And I did answer that I wanted to sell. They just told them, I wanted to sell stuff. They were like, well, what do you want to sell? I'm like, well, as long as it's sellable.
It's whatever.
I wanted to sell. But it brings me down to your point where you say, well, whatever you are now has always been, just that you weren't aware of the fact that it is.
Yeah.
So basically, who you are or what you do or who you are on whoever, whatever, man. But really, at the same time, it brings me down to the fact that who you are has always been, just that you yourself haven't been aware to it. Am I accurate?
Making perfect sense.
I'm that guy.
Yeah. Oh my God.
For sure. Yeah, I think I have a few questions.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
BK.
I've noticed that a lot of highly disciplined people have gone through the military. That is, of course, we have role models in here. We have people that we listen to every day. For example, now my person is David Goggins, right?
Stay hot.
Yeah. I like the guy because I may not share the same story as in he was big and everything, but lazy is my thing. The procrastination is my thing, right? So yeah, he's one of those people whom I listen to just give myself that opportunity to be like, okay,
how do I get it deep?
This guy was in the military, he got broken down and everything and everything. Now you went to the military.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Obviously, before that, you were a certain person. Because it's a fact. It's a fact that if you're gonna go through something like that, it's gonna be life changing.
For sure.
Right. It's gonna be life changing. So, here you are, Adren, before the military. You go into the military. You come out. You served, right?
Yeah.
Done or still?
No, it's more of like, it's a different, like, I didn't even want to go deeper. My dad still said, yeah, go back. I'm like,
Sorry,
where I was supposed, that program is enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you got that, right? Do you think it's still definitely it's still affecting your life every day, right? Yeah. But is it something that you feel like it shaped the things that you're doing right now?
Yes.
Like, say, give us a routine, your routine beforehand and your routine right now. Like,
okay,
what's the difference?
First of all, I used to be like a very heavy smoker. I used to do that. It was a proper reality check for me, because right now I do not do that anymore. Kids, don't do smokes. Don't. So I haven't smoked. I've been sober for over a year now.
That's
shout out.
Whoa,
That's good. That's very good.
Yeah.
That's very good.
I'm not a smoker, but asking like from the internet.
Don't smoke ciggies. I didn't smoke ciggies. It's weed. Yeah.
So what you should take away from this podcast episode is don't smoke weed.
Don't do that.
Or cigarettes.
Yeah,
okay,
sure.
So basically what you're saying is that it changed your habits.
Yeah.
And then, okay, like the routine. What about the routine? Because habits is part of that routine. Like the everyday.
Like from the wake up to the
Yeah.
Like
a day in the life, basically.
I remember they asked Muhammad Ali this question, and he was like, if I told you, then you'll be the greatest.
We want to be the greatest. So like, come on, man. Don't be selfish in the pod. Get out. For
sure, Mara. One thing I could say is that, in there we sleep like 2 hours every day. Sometimes we don't sleep like damn tired.
Yeah.
Damn tired. So it's built in me. That's why when I say cannot rest, I mean it. Yo, guys. We do not just say these things, guys. We do not just. For sure. So one, don't rest. Meaning when I say don't rest, I mean now I know how I allocate it and how to control it because I already got the proper training to know how to do that subconsciously. Meaning I do not just even say. It gets to a point where it's now me. It's now who I am. For sure. It's who I am. It's no more where like I have to put an alarm. Sometimes I do, but it's just something had happened before for me to put like an alarm.
Okay, like that affected your normal schedule.
Yeah, for sure. But then on a regular, through your shoes, grace, guys, it's not about my pie, everything that I'm saying right now. So yeah, I do not rest at all. Even my mom is like, and so I'm gonna say it in English. Now we're not robala. Yeah.
Do you actually sleep?
Yeah, for sure. Guys, if you want
you cannot afford sleep if you are building a brand.
Definitely.
That's powerful.
Definitely.
Well, I'm gonna cut this into a reel. You cannot afford to sleep if you are building a brand. What's up, guys? Make me.
Don't rest. You
Don't
rest, you
rest.
rest. You play, you lay.
Whoa, that's powerful. You rest, you rust.
You play.
You play, you lay.
That's very
That's
powerful.
You sure
lit.
is king.
Lit. Okay. Any questions?
Go ahead, man.
Okay. All right. Okay. The landscape right now. I'm definitely gonna dive deep into the spiritual because I am quite spiritual myself. I you know, when you accept, like you say, when you accept Yeshua as your Lord and Savior, you can't go back. You cannot go back, right? So there are things that are happening in the world right now. There's an energy, there's a feeling that's going on in the world right now. Like I said earlier, in the industry that you're in, it's always focused about you, right? They're pushing in an agenda.
For sure.
There's a frequency, and in the music itself, it's programmed to a certain frequency. Say that's about 808, right? Or 54. Yeah.
That's what 808
Yeah,
is.
right. But it's specifically chosen for a reason because it puts us in a certain
Trance.
space. Yes,
Yeah,
in
in
a
a
trance,
trance, yeah.
basically, and keeping us in a certain frequency. So
At the root.
you every day, right now with what's going on, right? What can you say about the return of Yeshua? Do you think he's actually physically coming back, or is
The
it going to
Jesus
be
is coming.
the Christ conscience?
Yeah.
Is it going to be like? Well, what's your take on it? Because I'm definitely sure it's different from the religious way of viewing it. So we're at the hour.
Yeah.
It's said, right?
It is.
So like, how do you explain it? Like, what's the hour? Is he coming, or is it like a consciousness for us?
It's like this. I can say it right now, and if your soul is not ready to comprehend it, you understand it a couple years from now, but then you will remember the energy that was felt and interacted here, even if everything that I said before. With the conscience, it is said, his kingdom come. Ne? First, the secret, I was giving you guys the secret through Yeshua's spirit. Like, ever since we started this podcast, he wants your heart. What does that do? It shows you, are you willing to trust? Because there's this thing called, when we were kids, do you remember that thing called a trust fall? Where we stand up, ne? And then your friend is standing behind you and it's like,
And then you fall back.
Actually, I've never done that
Yeah,
before
man.
because I'm like, I've never had a person to be like, well, I can actually fall and you will catch me. Nah, get out.
Then that's the first test. Are you willing to let go? That's why I was like, I die to self.
Let
you
go,
know?
let God.
Let go and let him lead the way. It doesn't mean you should sleep. That's why. But the
very
thing that's
powerful,
coming
actually.
is more of like the conscience of Christ, because we are told to strive as much as we can through Yeshua's will and trust to be like Christ. Alright? First, it's his conscience. Alright? Everything that's in the physical has a spiritual foundation. Number one.
Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
So for a spirit to get into this physical world, there has to be allowance, meaning everything that's happening in the spirit that doesn't have protocol from God or any other spiritual allowance, authority, it's illegal in the Lord's eyes. It's illegal. It's illegal. So so what that means is, even when you guys are born, come on, your names are said first. Ne? So for Christ to be birthed here, there has to be a certain frequency, like you were talking about, and conscience that the masses has to have. It doesn't have to be all, but a certain amount.
A good amount.
A good amount. Because I was going to go deep.
The
I'm giving you secrets now. Nah. Go to the next question. Go to the next question.
Okay, so the you're saying that the conscious, the Christ conscious is the first thing to land.
Yeah.
And then what? Because I mean, Mike, I don't know
Oh,
if
I should give you the ABC 1, 2, 3.
Yes. I want you
Okay.
to. I want you to picture to like paint that picture for. Look, like I said, not for me.
Okay, first of all, go to your elders' place, ne? A lot of people don't visit their granddads. They don't visit whoever's an elder to them.
Their grandmothers.
First, go there first, get your blessings, open your heart, tell them what your aspirations are for your life. But before you leave, don't ever, do not even leave without getting your blessing. There's a story in the Bible, which is true. There was this particular person, apologies for getting the name, but he was like, at the break of dawn, he fought with God, the only person.
That's Jacob.
Jacob,
That's Israel.
Angel of God.
He fought with God, and then before the crack of dawn, he asked, "Who are you?" And then, you know why? He had already broken his hip.
That was before, actually. Yeah, when he asked.
It was before. And he didn't get the answer. He said, "I will not let you go until I get my blessing."
He held on to his ankle.
And then he got his blessing from this day forth. 1, 2, 3, 4. What I'm saying is, we are earthen vessels. Going to dabbling with your question that you asked me. We are earthen vessels, so each and every other thing we speak into existence. You said that when you like talking to my sister on the other side, saying, "Don't say that about your life."
Yeah.
The power of the tongue.
The power of life on the tongue.
It's on the tongue, yeah.
So whatever you say about yourself actually comes down to reality.
For sure.
If you say I'm smart, you actually are smart. If you say I'm dumb,
you are.
Because
so when you go to your
in the first time,
when you go to your granddad's place, they're going to give you blessings. But before that, you guys have to pray. I'm giving you the 1s and 2s. Now, I'm saying you say I should give you 1s and 2s. You pray. Now my granddad has passed on, but then my grandma, my other, they're still there. Shout out. We pray and then you leave. But after you leave, you open your heart. That's the first thing I keep on saying. Open your heart. Open your heart. Open your heart. Let's go.
For who?
Open your heart.
Let's go together. Let's go.
Yahweh.
Open your heart. Again. Open your heart.
Open your heart.
Open your heart.
It's for everybody. It's for you. It's for you and for God. And for that experience.
Open your heart for God specifically.
And you. In that experience that you are right now. Okay. Because you will not comprehend everything that's happening in... Meaning, God can put a diamond in here and you could just say, it's just glass. Just because you didn't open your heart, you're not going to realize it was actually a diamond. It goes hand in hand with the kind of beings that God brings into our life, because all blessings come from God to man through man.
That's awesome. All blessings from God come to man
through man.
Through man.
Yeah.
Oof, that's powerful.
Yeah. From God through man to man.
Yeah.
Okay, man. You see, you sound like you actually are convicted today.
I am.
What does that look like for you? Being convicted and connecting with the room. For instance, he mentioned that he is. For instance, if I take, it doesn't necessarily have to be, and quote unquote, advice.
Yeah.
But in itself, he finds an advice in rare conversations. So what does that look like for you?
For me? Okay, that's a low question. I think for me, all the time, like, there's an important, I vibrate with a lot of people, right?
Yeah.
Like,
free spirit.
So, someone told me that I'm an old soul, right? Yeah. So what that gives me, it allows me to be a bit empathetic with people. That means I can sit here and talk to someone and then just like that understand where they're coming from, what they are, who they are, all that. So I just connect. You understand? So I came in here and already I can tell we're connected.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? Yeah. It's a thing. How do I explain it? It's more about listening. It's more about paying attention to how you feel, because your body's definitely going to tell you. It's an antenna. It's an antenna. So it's going to tell you how you're feeling. Powerful. It's going to tell you if things are going to go well. It's going to tell you if things are going well. It's going to tell you everything. You already know.
You just know.
You just know. So it's easy when it's like that. That's basically how I connect. It's just be. It's as simple as that. Just be.
That's very powerful.
Yeah, when you're in a space and you're with a person and you don't even have to overthink it. Just
be here now.
Yeah.
For sure. No, you get it.
That's good.
Damn, that's powerful, man. Just connect with the people, just connect with yourself, and be in a position where you can actually connect with other people when it requires it to be.
Yeah. You want to see how powerful that is? Pay attention to how when you have friends or say like a girlfriend and then you separate, what happens? A lot of times you may be living in the same area, but then you don't meet, you don't connect.
Yeah.
You understand? And those are things that happen because by nature we are connected energetically.
It's a law. You guys were talking about laws earlier.
Yeah.
What's up, everybody? This is the Media Space Podcast, and this is a very spiritual episode. Okay, what kind of music do you do, Adren?
The kind or
Just
genre.
tell us about not
genre.
necessarily the genre, because you are a rapper, so that just sort of determines. Because you don't do like reggae. Do you do reggae?
Or I should say the genre. Not the kind, because I said the kind in the beginning.
Yeah, you said uplifting,
impactful, phenomenal,
music. Amazing music, by the way.
Amazing.
Because I have a follow-up question after that.
Or should I answer the genre or the kind?
What kind of music do you do? Why should I listen to Adren?
Because you're not going to be the same. You're going to be uplifted. You're going to be entertained. You can get it somewhere, but you can get it truly, spiritually from here.
Nah.
Do you choose grace? And still connecting and being a better person, Awan. To a certain degree, that one of the first and highest frequencies is love. You'll feel love when you listen to my music.
Well, I'm the best. Well, yes, I know you believe you are the best.
Yeah.
But beyond that, I think you have so much conviction in that you being the best at what you do comes from God. Like I said, it is a very spiritual episode.
Yeah.
Which is awesome to feel, by the way. And our friend of the show today is very, very, very convicted in God, which is something interesting to see for a person who is in the military, one. Two, who is a rapper, very rare, a rapper soldier. Man, that's...
Yo,
I see it still baffles you.
It is. It's new information. I don't know if all of our friends of the show, of the Media Space Podcast, always throw a curveball at me. First, we had Mr. Tumelo Mataza, who told me, well, I am successful because I wear black t-shirts. And then we had Lungile Matutuani, who told me, yes, I'm a YouTuber, I'm a marketer, but I am I'm a law student. I was like, what? A law student?
Nah.
That's new information to me. And now we have a rapper. Our amazing work, by the way. And he's in the military.
From the military.
It's the same. It's very rare to find a rapper who is in the military, which is very, very, very new. That means his message actually is disciplined, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me, why should Mr. Mashobane listen to Adren? Or not necessarily me, not selfishly me, but why should the listener of the Media Space Podcast listen to Adren?
Okay.
And Adren's rap music, by the way.
For somebody who wants to connect, somebody who wants to not live for themselves, but understanding that as much as they not living for themselves, they make an impact with each and every other reaction, like you said.
Okay.
Yeah. So, oh my God, Shoni, if you're gonna watch this, I love you. You're amazing. Keep doing your thing.
To watch this.
Yeah, of course. Of course, I'm gonna do that. She helped me a lot, even with my first major paycheck deal.
Oof.
It was her. It was her. Yeah, I was like, you a fam. Even she's the only person. Like, even when I was going through the most, she's the only person I told. My mom was like, do not tell your friends, do not tell anybody this and that. But I told her, and I told my mom, I told Cloney. She's like, who? Oh, the light skinned girl. Oh yeah. Oh, don't even mind. Oh, sharp. It's okay. So it's, yeah. Yeah, she's like,
she's cool. That's what
she's cool because
welcome.
She hasn't told anybody what I was going through. She understood. She's the type of person I could sit with and be myself. Like,
Yeah.
You know how
Is she a musician?
she is.
Yeah. You should definitely listen
She
to
is,
three
and
short
she's
songs
very-
on her. and-
She's very
We
spiritually
should actually
minded
have
too.
that on the
Yeah,
pod.
that-
Yeah,
We
yeah.
should actually have that on the pod where
Yeah.
we actually show pictures on the pod. I don't know, Mr. Editor, you should have that on the pod.
Yeah.
And the reason I asked you about her
Yeah.
is because of the direction of her music. It's very close to yours. Yeah. So
Mm.
that's
Yeah. We do not separate from each other being the same person.
Have you done a record together?
A lot
Could
of
you
records.
explain? Yeah.
What's your Have you done a record together?
Yeah, she was on my first mixtape. She's on my second.
What's the song?
The third.
What are the songs that I can actually? He said I should actually check out her music.
Yeah.
So I feel like if I'm already a fan of Adren,
Yeah.
it's easily going to be possible for me to be a fan of
Law of
her.
Attraction.
Uh-huh.
Law of Attraction,
Law
number
of
one.
Attraction from Adren featuring her.
Two, there's this one, every song. What is love? Feeling love.
What is love?
We recorded that song in 30 minutes. The reason.
What?
Yeah, the way we record, like, it's so amazing.
Yeah.
Like the frequency, because I'll be like, I don't write. Number one, I do
So
not
you
write.
so you are Lil Wayne.
Since she's like, she likes to like tweak. She's like, nah, can I add this, that? And then it was done in less than like an hour.
Yo.
That's awesome. Man.
And
Yo.
my grandma loves that song.
She
She loves that song.
Yo.
She loves that song.
You said what's the name? What is love?
What
What is love?
You can have the last question for Mr. Adren. I don't want to limit Mr. BK for,
And play What is Love after this.
We cannot play music, unfortunately, on the pod because
Rules and regulations, everybody. He cannot.
The distributor is going to take it down. So
Okay.
we want to make money out of this anyway. So no, we don't. We actually don't.
bag.
We don't actually make money out of this. But last sentiments, Mr. BK. That's time, by the way. That's amazing.
I don't think I have a lot. I think for me, the most important thing, as usual, is absorbing.
Yeah.
That's
Taking
what
in knowledge.
I take in all that energy, all that knowledge, all that.
For sure.
Because everything that we're learning here, everything that we're taking out here, the most important thing that we're not just having conversations here, guys.
Yeah.
We're learning. We're taking things where we're trying to put ourselves in people's shoes to try and see, okay, this guy got here. He's on a billboard. I want to be on a billboard.
He's on a why didn't we talk about that? He's on a multiple billboards.
He's on multiple billboards. He works with people on billboards.
big brands.
Exactly. For us as Basotho, and I always talk. I
Every
always.
billboard ever. Jesus Christ! How did you manage to be on every billboard ever? Pardon me, Mr. BK. Yeah, continue.
Yeah. I will speak on behalf of that average Mosotho, right? As a Mosotho, seeing another Mosotho on a billboard and being like,
And
I know
multiple
this guy.
times.
I know this guy. Was what, like, you understand? It's to us, even if it's not about the money as such, it's the epitome of success. It's very close to that, right? Because we want to be seen. Like, if you're gonna sell anything, it's more important for you to be seen, right?
Yeah.
It's easier to sell when you're seen. It's easier to sell when your face is familiar than anything. So, like, this is why I'm saying I'm just here to take that energy. I'm just here to take that knowledge. I'm just because I'm going to use it, and I'm definitely using.
That's from the point. Which camera do I look at? This camera or that camera? Which camera am I looking at? That one? That's it from the podcast, from the rest of the team at the Media Space Podcast. We thank and I'm very, very excited for how this is going to perform because, well, the numbers matter. And thank you, Mr. Adren.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Adren. Why am I calling you Mr. Adren? Adren is the brand and Mr.
It's the protocol.
Awesome. Okay. That's it from the rest of the team at the Media Space Podcast, brought to you in part by Media Space Inc., a marketing, advertising, and brand strategy agency, and Bighetto FM 104.0 megahertz, or www.mediaspaceinc, or www.bighetto FM 104.0 megahertz. .co.ls. Thank you very much for tuning in into the podcast episode. This is a very exciting episode, and we are very happy and excited to have you on the pod. And we're looking forward to the next episode. I don't know, Mr. BK, do you have any last words?
Yeah. Don't leave me next time. Don't do that again.
I will never again.
Don't leave me, brother. Don't. Yeah.
So
I missed out last week.
He wasn't in the episode, and we had Mr. Lungile Matutua. So I'm looking at that camera. Okay, my last words would be, thank you. Do I start talking now? Okay. Thank you very much for watching the episode, listening to the episode. Go ahead and like and subscribe to our podcast on YouTube, and then follow our podcast on any platform, really. Spotify, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, and wherever you get your podcasts, really. And go ahead and rate us 5 stars if you liked and got value from the podcast. Go ahead and share it to your friends, and follow us on every social media platform. On Twitter, now X, it's at the Media Space Pod. And on Facebook, it's the Media Space Podcast. TikTok, it's really me. I'm sharing content, Mr. Mashubani. And go ahead and follow Adren. Go ahead and follow Mr. BK on the internet. And see you in the next pod. Peace out.